everybody. Welcome back to Mr. Will's Chatter. Today's conversation is going to be a little controversial, some fun, some real unfiltered stuff. I'm your host, Will, and today we're talking with special guest, my boy JJ. What's up, JJ?
What's going on, Mr.Will?
Good, man. So where JJ come from?
First name, middle name, Javon John.
Javon John.
Yes, sir.
What's your last name?
Burkett.
Javon John Burkett. And they named you to be a superstar.
Yeah, right. Natural born star.
That is right. Where are you from originally?
Family's from the Caribbean. Mother's from St. Lucia. Father's Jamaican.
Oh, really?
Yes,
and you
sir.
were born here?
I was born in the States.
Cool. So you, from our conversations, you almost have traveled the world.
Almost.
Alone.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've got your boys with you.
But majority of the places alone, I would say.
Yeah. But, and even if you traveled the world the way you've done and you've gone all right, you still can't find a girlfriend.
Unfortunately, no, it's been on the difficult side, I would say.
What's going on, man? Is it you or is it the women?
I think it's the era that we're in right now, honestly. You know, a lot of women got a lot of options. They don't know where to look or even how to look for, suitable men. So a lot of men are invincible to them.
All right. Well, to be honest, from scale of 1 to 10, how old are you?
32.
32. How hard is it for a 32-year-old man to date right now?
To be honest, real hard. Men at my age really don't have this stuff together, so it's rare to come across a man that's actually ready versus a man that says he's ready and just ready to play. So I'm intentional. So to find a woman that's actually intentional, healed from all her past traumas, is rare to come by. It's super rare. You would think a lot of women within the ages 30, 40 would be ready, but a lot of women don't got that, how can I say this? That urge to want to be with the man. You got to have that urge to want to be with somebody in order to make it complete, in order to make it work. But a lot of women don't have that right now.
What
in
do you
my
think?
opinion, the options, a lot of women are selfish still, stuck in their ways. They just not ready to just love, Not just from experience, from dating older, younger. It don't matter the demographics. It's pretty much, that's why I said it's the era that we're in right now.
Yeah. Do you think younger women are more into older men or older women are more into younger men? What you think?
That's exactly what's going on right now. It's been going on for a while, but now it's pretty much known that, older women want younger guys now because they realize older men want younger women and younger women want older guys. So everything is pretty much backwards right now. It's like a weird dynamic because I'm attracting a lot of older women now.
What do you think that's happening?
Because a lot of older guys want the younger women and the younger women want the older guys. A lot of women want older men for different reasons. So, some for the experience, the protection, the stability. Who knows? A lot of them have, daddy issues where they want older guys to fulfill that void, to feel like a father, in their life, or AKA a zaddy in their life, mixed between both.
That's what my wife calls me.
See? So, no little something.
But I get it. I remember my daughter when she was dating, she wasn't really serious with anybody. And I asked her, I says, what's going on? Are you seeing anybody? She goes, no. I says, well, are you having a hard time? Like, you're very pretty. You shouldn't have any problems, meeting people. Mm-hmm. And she said that she's looking at men and she wants to be treated like I've treated her growing up. Mm-hmm. So I treated her with respect. I let her be independent. I gave her love. Mm-hmm. I showed her that she was special. I showed her that she could do anything she wants. Mm-hmm. And so the love that I gave her, she's comparing that love that she got from me. And she says, well, this is how I want to be treated from a man that I'm going to love back and maybe have a family with. And she's having a hard time finding somebody that is going to treat her like that.
Okay.
And not like a daughter and father. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about love. Mm-hmm. How, like I was raised by my grandmother. So she taught me how she loved me just by me watching her love me.
Okay.
You know, I was
Okay.
surrounded by my aunts, I had cousins, female cousins, and they all loved me a certain way. And so I want to be loved that way. But for me to be loved that way, I have to love them the same way. It's only fair.
That is true.
So I found that weird. And maybe, you know, when you say daddy issues, people could look at it like, oh, daddy issues, everybody's that. But no, those are the daddy issues that people might be talking about. It could be the opposite. You know, if there's not a dad at home, she doesn't know how she's supposed to be loved by a man. So now she's wandering around, dating a whole bunch of guys, trying to find a way to be loved because she doesn't know.
Yep.
When there's a dad home and your dad shows love to his daughter, she's going to get that first love from a first man, which is her dad.
Exactly.
And it was just so, you know, it's hard. I think the older women, I think they get to a chance. I mean, they get to a point in their age where they have now the chance and the opportunity, you know, to be a cougar, to go after young men, because a lot of young men like older women.
Yeah, but it comes with a lot of questionable entities, though. And what I mean by that is, you know, now when you're dealing with older women, you got to worry about if that older woman is damaged goods. You know, that's important. Or if she's stuck in her ways. A lot of older women are stuck in their ways. You can't tell them anything, you know, and it's kind of hard to get through that, you know. But, you know, they're more easier to talk to. They're more disciplined. They know what they want. They're straightforward, and they don't got time to play. And that's why I like dealing with older women as far as a dating aspect.
So what do you prefer?
I mean, right now,
Because you can't even tell me right down the middle, because you haven't even dated anybody down the middle. It's either been too young or too old.
yeah, you know, at this point, you know, whoever give me that fulfilling feeling when I'm with them, at this point, age is not even a factor. You know, I just want to be able to be around you and comfortable around you and just feel complete as a man. You know, masculine and feminine energy, you know, go together. So if you could, you know, be in your feminine essence around me, I don't care if you 44 or 34, as long as you give me that feeling of, you know, wanting to be complete with you.
You didn't mention 24.
Yeah, too young.
Too young.
Too young.
34 is a good age for you.
Yeah.
You know, I could see that 34 being a number that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, but
Because at that time, women who are single, they got a career, you know, or they're supposed to
true.
have a career. They sit on their home, you know, they're very independent. And that's if they're single, right? Might have a kid.
But that's the thing. So women between, it's tricky with me. So women between, I would say, 25 to 35 typically want older men. That's what I'm coming across. They want older men. So they want men typically 40 plus, 45 plus. They don't really want men within my age range. Then women between 20 to 25, they want men around their age. Then I'm attracting women 35 plus, 40 plus. Pretty interesting.
So I'm thinking you're dating, when you were dating between the last couple of years and trying to, I know you've been through some dates, or you've been through some experiences, you've done some speed dating, and you've done what single men would want to do to find somebody to kind of be with.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's got to be somewhere where somebody says something or did something that you said, nah, this isn't going to work. Right? I mean, right off the back.
I mean, yeah, and their actions, really, it's not really what they you know, what they're saying or what they said. It's more so the actions, because you know what they say, actions speak louder than words. You can't disguise actions. You know, it's either you're showing it or you're not showing it. You could tell me one thing, but do another thing.
So is there something that someone's done that you're like, nah, this is not going to work?
I mean, for me, I'm a simple guy, and most men are simple. For me, it's either the lack of consistency or the lack of communication. Those two things right there will kill any momentum you got moving forward.
So anybody that you've been on a date with that the first 30 seconds you walked in, you're like, this is going to be a freaking disaster?
No. Why? Because I make sure I vet all my prospects before even taking them to a date. You know, before I even take you on a date, it got to be at least a 2-week talking period, me vetting you, getting to know you to make sure, 1, my time not being wasted, 2, my money isn't being wasted. So I kind of avoid those situations from just walking in blindsided.
Okay, you're a lucky one then.
I mean,
Your dates, at least their first date, has come through with no disaster.
For sure. I'm a little bit more on the seasoned side when it comes to dealing with women, when it comes to dating, because as you may know, a lot of women just want a free meal. You're not going to get a free meal from me, and you're not going to waste my time either. My time is very precious. So if I'm taking you on a date, I'm going to make sure it's, valued correctly.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because when I was dating, I was much younger, and I was dating. I remember this girl. She would call me. She wants to go out to eat. Listen, you want to go? You want to get something to eat? You want to get something to eat? You want to grab something? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I thought, I thought she was into me. And later on, I just started bringing her, like, you know what? This girl only calls me when she's hungry, bro. Sure. I'm like, yeah.
The food guy.
I'm like, I'm the guy that feeds them. I'm like, you know what? At one point, I was just like, no, I'm good. I already ate. And then when I start cutting her off that way, she didn't call me back no more. I'm like, I became I ghosted her. So that goes to say, like, even if you've done all your homework on a woman, has there been any crazy excuses for a woman to ghost you, even after a date? Like, let's say you started dating her, next thing you know, like, so like, she just stopped calling me, she stopped communicating, and then you finally get to, and then they call you, then they tell you the most craziest excuse ever.
It's been a while since I, got that crazy excuse thing, but I came across a lot of women who literally just want to get near me, just to see what I'm about.
They're interested in your lifestyle, the way you are.
Yeah, then they'll do the ghosting thing.
Yeah,
just say, oh yeah, I was with him, or got near him, or it's weird because women do that. They do that.
They just want to go out with you to find out, get to see what's
going
really
on,
like.
what you got going on.
Yeah, really, that's weird.
It is.
That's out of control. You think it's dating now worse with social media or dating apps?
Definitely.
Did you use any dating apps while you were dating?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and no luck with none of that neither, right?
No luck. Dating apps aren't really made for men.
Really?
Yes, they're not really made for men.
That's interesting.
Why I say that? Because women have tons of options, and they can't really tell who's who based off a dating app. So if you have, let's say, hypothetically speaking, 10 guys shooting a shot at one woman, she's not going to be able to filter out those 10 guys how she's supposed to. She's going based off of looks.
So you've done dating apps. You've done the speed dating. Besides that, have you done anything else that you've done besides speed dating and the apps? Because there's like single cruises.
Haven't done that yet.
There's another one. I don't know. You mentioned one that you was going to try once, that it was completely different from everything. But meeting those people at these dating events, I mean, there's no one that you ever met there that you like dated after the event?
Afterwards, no, because a lot of women that go there, their intentions aren't right. A lot of them go there for the wrong reasons, the wrong intentions. You got women going there because they're bored. You got women bringing their friends there with them, and it makes the dynamic a little bit more awkward, because let's say I'm feeling the friend, but the one that likes me, I don't like her. Then you got to worry about that. And you got women going because, oh, I saw the algorithm on my Facebook, I saw it on my Instagram, I just wanted to see what it's about. And let's say I am feeling her, but her intentions aren't pure. She just want to go there because she saw it on her Facebook. Now it's a mismatch. So now you got women going there for all different reasons versus the main reason you're coming to a dating event or a singles event. So it's like, it's all over the place. It's rare you meet a woman that's on the same time that you're on, that you're attracted to.
Yeah, like I think about those dating events you go at. Doesn't it seem more like it's more like an interview? Doesn't it tick it off like the emotional connection that someone should have on a date?
Yeah, I would even say an interview. It's more so like a literally singles event. You just go there just to chit chat and just have a drink, and you got some women going there and they end up meeting other women and being friends with other women. So it's not like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I feel like the hosts have to set it up to where, it's literally men and women talking and getting to know each other, not going on a scavenger hunt, trying to find out who matches their names on the paper sheet that they give you. Like, it's uncalled for.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not dating at this age.
I'm glad you aren't either.
I'm serious. So, what do you think that women today are looking for, love or lifestyle?
Lifestyle for sure.
Lifestyle, right?
Lifestyle and attention. Nowadays, attention from one man just isn't enough. Sadly, it just isn't enough.
Wow. Yeah, that's rough, man. I mean, to be young at this age, at this time, and being that young and try to date. I don't know if I had it that. I don't think I had it that complicated when I was younger.
Probably
it was much easier, more laid back.
Social media wasn't prevalent.
Social media again.
Got social media now.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. You mentioned lifestyle, and that's interesting because you're not just out here dating. You're building as well. And you got a few things happening. You have a few things going on. And so before we get any deeper into your dating stories, you got your own little business going on, right?
Yes, sir. Moss and Things LLC.
Moss and Things. For people that don't know, what's exactly sea moss and what's it made for, and what does it do to you?
So sea moss is a vegetation that comes from the sea, predominantly the Caribbean Sea. It's stacked with vitamins, minerals, all in it. It grows from rocks. It's mainly used for the immune system, supporting bone health, you name it, but mainly for the immune system. So if you're sick, got the flu, cold, take the sea moss gel, it goes into your body, and it literally do its thing. The gel is pretty much made from water and the vegetation. That's it. Put it in the fridge overnight, and it comes into a gel form. You could take it teaspoon, add it in a smoothie, protein shake, tea, oatmeal, pretty much however you like it. Some people don't like the texture because it's kind of like a Jell-O / applesauce texture. So some people take water right after they take it by itself, or add it in certain things so they don't, actually taste the texture.
Is it immediate?
Immediate as far as
you start feeling?
So it depends. If you have like a itchy throat, for example, you take that teaspoon, it'll literally start loosening up the mucus from your throat, and everything will come up.
Really?
If you congest it, it'll loosen up the mucus from the nostril passageway as well too. So those are the two things that I know for a fact that it's immediate. But let's say you have like a common cold, maybe it'll take about 1 to 2 days so it can circulate through your body to get in the bloodstream and start working its magic.
Okay. Is your product all natural, 100%?
Absolutely.
Where do you get your stuff from? Like, how do you make it? Not how you make it, like where do you get your...
So it's actually coming from St. Lucia.
Really? So the products that you make your sea moss with, it comes from St. Lucia?
So the products that I'm using, I'm using all organic products as far as like elderberries, turmeric, ginger. I'm using those products and
really?
The different flavors. So sea moss by itself is coming from overseas. You can't get sea moss in the States nowhere because it grows overseas.
So everybody tells you they're getting it from Utah.
No, so that's like aftermarket gel made. Some people say they're getting it from like Amazon or wherever.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, what makes, what's the difference between yours and everybody else's?
Because one, mine isn't watered down. A lot of these sea moss ads you'll see online, it looks like it's goo. You're not even sure what's exactly in it. Then you have people making it with preservatives. Sea moss is not supposed to be made with preservatives. Once you make that bad boy, you're supposed to put it in the fridge, let it stay in the fridge. And the shelf life is literally only 3 to 4 weeks max. Anything past that is trash. You got people saying, it lasts for months and you could freak. Sea moss is not what people think it is. Once it's made, so we put in the fridge and kept in the fridge. You can't ship sea moss gel. That's another thing that I see a lot online. People shipping sea moss gel from one place to another place. Once it's shipped, it becomes liquefied in the whole package box system. You can't do that with the gel. It's not going to be as effective.
I was going to ask you, like, how would somebody know that they're not getting a 100% product? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would a regular person that want to try it, like, how would I know I'm getting the right one?
Well, that's when you got to go to the source. People have to do their due diligence and see the origin of sea moss, where it come from / where it came from, and start, figuring out who's not in control of that type of stuff. But people, for example, like I said, it comes from the Caribbean. So figure out what Caribbean friends you have, or, hey, you know anything about sea moss? Can you tell me about this? Am I making it the right way? Am I taking it the right way? Somebody who's familiar with the product versus just Googling it online. You want to go right to the source.
Wow. That sounds really where can, like, I'm pretty sure, like, where would it get it? Like I say, if I was listening to you right now to this podcast and I'm listening to what you're saying, like I would like, you know what, I want to try it from him. He sounds like he's putting this shit together naturally. It's organic. It sounds good. Like
Made correctly with the right amount of water.
Right.
So my customers pretty much have different preferences on the thickness of the gel. Some people like the gel lip with on the thicker side. Some people like it on the looser side, so they could mix it well with teas or taking it by themselves. But me, I prefer it on the thicker side because that's the original way of making sea moss gel. Is so it could be thick and more effective. It's everything is compacted in what's in the gel when you take it.
now, an interesting conversation that we had one day, because I bought it from you eventually a while back, and you asked me a few questions because you wanted to make it very specific to my needs.
Yes.
And you asked me a few questions because I think I was going for my mother-in-law.
Arthritis. She had arthritis.
It was on her knee.
Yes.
Right, and that's so interesting because you was asking me the right questions because you know how to mix it so it could concentrate on that pain.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit about how do you know if I tell you, listen, I got my shoulder is really bad, I want to try it. And how do you know what to mix it with?
So pretty much I try to find what herbs, spices, pretty much has like any type of antibacterial properties to it, any type of medicinal properties to it. I do a lot of research on the products that I'm using the sea moss with. So for example, I know that turmeric has anti-inflammatory properties in it, and I know that helps with a lot of bone, joint problems, arthritis problems, and I know mixing that with the sea moss gel, that would be a great, enhancer for the bones and for the arthritis help. So that alone right there can cure any type of joint situations, tendons, so that's how I was able to put that together and make it work.
Cool. Wow. That's really interesting. It's like when I go to the well, not the chiropractor, I lost my train of thought. The guy who puts the pins in your body for he concentrates on the muscles.
Chiropractor.
No, it's not. It's like I messed up. My mind flew off. But I'm always shocked that he puts the pins exactly on the muscle that it's supposed to.
But I don't know the name of it.
I should know it because I go to him at least a couple of times a year. And I'm always amazed how he knows exactly, and then my muscle starts flexing, like he knows exactly where it is, and it's just pretty cool that this is what he does, and it's almost very similar to what you're doing. And someone comes up to you and say, I have this headache, I have this back pain, I have my knees. You know exactly. There you go. You know exactly how to mix the right thing for them, and so that works out. So so people that want to try sea moss that haven't tried sea moss before, and it's very interesting hearing you talk about it and want to try it. Like, why would they order it from you?
Because I know what I'm doing. I've been taking sea moss since a little kid. My grandmother used to give it to me. Mother used to give it to me. And the original way of taking sea moss is actually called sea moss punch. That's like the original sea moss drink in majority of the Caribbean islands. You could go to Jamaica, you could go to the Bahamas, you could go to Trinidad. There's sea moss punch everywhere, which made a traditional way, which consists of vanilla essence, nutmeg, coconut milk, cinnamon, I believe honey, if I'm not mistaken, and brown sugar. That right there is the ingredients to make the traditional sea moss punch. And you go any Caribbean country, it'll be there right next to sorrel, which is also a Caribbean drink. AKA it's made by hibiscus leaves. I know in certain Latin American countries, the leaves is called something different, but in Jamaica, predominantly it's called sorrel. It's like sea moss step cousin.
Wow. So your grandparents?
Yes.
Was literally probably growing this stuff in their land.
Well, I wouldn't say growing it, but they were accustomed to taking it. What?
Your grandparents were from where?
So my grandmother is from St. Lucia. My grandfather is from St. Thomas.
You got some Caribbean in you, brother. That's why you love traveling to the Caribbean islands. You got it in your blood. Yeah.
And my grandfather was actually a fisherman, where he used to actually dive into the sea and actually pull the sea moss from the rocks and put it on the sand and let it dry out.
If you have to name the islands that you've been to, can you name them?
Of course.
Go ahead, shoot it at me.
Islands, been to Curacao, been to Aruba, been to Vesquez, outside of Puerto Rico, been to Turks and Caicos, been to San Pedro, Belize, Been to San Andres. Where else? Dominican Republic. Where else? So many places. Virgin Islands, St. Croix. Where else? Where else? Puerto Rico. Yeah, that's Puerto Rico. Where else? I think that's it.
Yeah, I doubt it though.
Yeah, probably.
I doubt it though. I mean, you're missing a few
I've been
out.
to other countries, but
So what are the other countries you've been to?
Panama, Costa Rica. Where else? Where else? Colombia, Honduras. Oh man, can't even.
I know we spoke about you one day going to Brazil.
Oh yes, definitely. Next year for my birthday for sure, 2027.
There's a woman out there that's missing out on all this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure there's a woman out there that's a great catch that could compliment you, like you could compliment her, and really get along and love to travel, or may not, and wants to experience the traveling with somebody who's experiencing traveling like yourself. And they're missing out. I mean, since day one, since we met, we've been really cool.
Talking about it, yep.
Oh yeah, we always talked about everything, and I've seen you almost every day for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's just weird because I didn't think it was going to be that difficult. I don't think it should have been. I don't think it should be that difficult to find somebody.
Well, it's because I'm intentional, and it's rare you're going to come across a man that's intentional when it comes to dating. A lot of men like to have multiple women, play games, be a gigolo, be a playboy. But when you come across a guy that actually knows what he wants, got his, stuff together, and ready to date, that dating pool becomes a little smaller. Because I'm not here to play games. I'm here to waste time either. I'm, the real deal. And I intimidate a lot of women because I know what I want.
Yeah, you're serious.
For sure. And that intimidates a lot of women. Yeah. They're like, oh my God, like he's serious. I don't know how to deal with his approach.
It's almost like you really seriously have to handpick the woman you want to be with.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, we all done it, but we never really look at it that way. Because we're not going to really just jump into a life with somebody that you don't want to be with. And I'm assuming that person has to have everything that checks off the list. You know what I'm saying?
Have to.
And that's where you at now, being intentional.
Yeah.
You have to be at that point where you have to check off stuff on the list.
Yep. And it's not about me wanting Miss Perfect or the woman has to be perfect. It's not about that, but it's just like the common basis of dating. You have to have certain things. Like for me, it's like you have to be healed. I don't care how good you look, but if you aren't healed from your past or any past traumas, we're not going to work. Because that open wound can still be open.
Yeah.
So now when I come into your life, you're going to bleed on me. And I didn't pay for that. You get what I'm saying? So it's not fair to me to close your any open wounds. It's not fair to me. You got to come to the table prepared and ready to date.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why you haven't found the right one.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And it's fine to be picky.
For sure.
Because at this point in your life, you're not only looking for a woman, you're looking for a mother to be a mother to your kids.
Yep.
You're looking for a wife, to grow old with. So at this time in your age, you're just not dating for fun. Nope. You're dating for a purpose, for a reason. And to have that type of woman in your life, you have to be picky.
Have to.
Because God forbid you make a mistake down the line in choosing the right woman, and now you're getting divorced. Now it's not working out. Now you have kids. Now the kids are suffering because you're constantly fighting. It didn't work out. You thought you were a match, but you're really not. And you being the picky person that you are with a woman, to avoid all that from happening, you want to make sure that, and even with that sometimes, but you are doing what a lot of men don't do.
Oh, I know.
When I met my wife, it was one of those things that I wasn't even looking for anybody. She wasn't looking for anybody. We kind of bumped heads, and then we became a couple from that moment on. And as we were together, we got to know each other. And then we got to know that we are good for each other. We are who we need in each other's life. And then, 15, 16 years later, we're still here.
Now look.
But I was much older in my life. And so was, now she wasn't much older, but she was in another age where she was more grounded. She was no bullshit. And so we were probably each other's person that we needed in our lives,
Mhm.
you know. But not saying that I would have picked a woman like her. I would have picked, if I had a hand choose with all her categories and a whole bunch of different women's categories, I would have picked her off the bat.
See?
She would have checked off everything on my list.
See?
Yeah. You know?
And it works out like that, so.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, I mean, listen, you gain people healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's get back to these relationships, because obviously the moss is not getting you any women.
Yeah.
That's facts. So, I mean, you think men fall in love faster than women, or women fall in love faster with a man?
I would say women fall in love faster with men, but men love harder. Definitely. Because when a man is locked in on his woman and not one woman, he's fully locked in. You know, yeah, he may be, if he sees attractive lady, may glance, but she's not getting any of him. He's going to make sure that's his woman, and that's that. Men are territorial. You know, and if that woman is showing that, you know, she respects him, he's going to give her the world, because we value respect more than anything.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, once a man is locked in on his woman, he's locked in. He's going to love that woman hard. You know, so.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's emotional and protection. They both mean love.
Yep.
You know, a man wants to protect his family, protect his home. And the way he does that, he loves them a certain way. He provides for them a certain way. He makes sure they're okay. And the woman loves with the same intensity, but a different level, but she provides the emotional support that man needs when he comes in from work.
Exactly.
When he comes in from a hard day's, you know, job where he might be bleeding, sweating, even crying. Like, you never know what that man's been through at his job, and he wants to come home to that emotional support where she just shuts every noise around him, and then she's there for that. And I think those two reasons, those two type of people make almost like the perfect relationship.
Exactly. And that's where the masculine energy comes in and the feminine energy comes in. Where when a masculine man's working 10, 12 hours shift, he want to come home to a feminine, soft woman, a woman that makes him feel good, makes him feel complete. You don't have to question anything. Certain things is already done. You know, simple as that.
I mean, I look at you, I think you're a nice guy. So what, you think women want nice guys?
No. I mean, yeah, of course women want nice guys, but the back on the other shoulder, they have that devil telling them, oh, go with the bad guy. He's fun. He's exciting. He's going to give you that lifestyle. You know, then once you're done with him, go back to the nice guy. That's why they say nice guys finish last. Because once women done playing that game of being with the toxic dude, then they want to switch to the nice guy.
Yeah. The nice guy almost always gets screwed at the end.
Basically, yeah. Not almost always get screwed at the end.
That's rough.
It is.
You know, because I consider myself a nice guy. And a lot of guys are nice guys. Not, you know, mean to their wives, mean to the kids, mean to their employers, mean to their fellow workers. Like, not that type of bad guy.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of guys like that are happy. You know, they might want to feel like, act like they're happy, but they're really not. So it works to be a nice guy.
It does.
You know? And I think you almost got to balance it out. You know, you got to have your moments where you blow up a little bit and just let them know, listen, I know you've gotten this nice guy before, but I'm getting a little frustrated. And people need to realize that, you know, he has his moments.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, he's not always nice. He's most of the time nice, but you push the wrong buttons, you're going to see, you know, the colors that you need to notice on the crayon box.
Yeah.
You know?
Because people will take advantage of you.
Most definitely. Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Of course. You know, I mean, dating standards right now is just so unrealistic. And there's a lot of young people who go on dates and just for having fun, and things happen. You know, she gets pregnant. They feel forced to kind of be together now because of that. And they don't even know each other.
Yeah, I know.
They don't know each other. And then sometimes it works. But the majority of the times they're just not ready to have that type of lifestyle in their
They're not compatible.
They're not compatible. Yeah. I mean, I know you said this before, but do you think it's harder for men to date? I mean, I know that women have this thing where if they could pick up any man they want.
Yeah, that is true.
Regardless what it's for. It's for a one night stand, for dating, or whatever, to take them out to dinner. Like one was taking advantage of me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think a man has that type of power.
He doesn't.
You know, I don't think I could call a girl when I was dating and goes, hey, what's up? You want to go get something to eat? And right away I'm thinking that she's going to pay.
Yeah. Nah.
No, even if I invite her, she's thinking I'm going to pay.
Yep.
You know, but if a girl calls me, like the girl was calling me when I was young and dating, that she want to go out to dinner, she knew right off the bat she's inviting me, but she knows I was paying.
See, as a man, right?
It doesn't happen.
Nope.
To the man.
Nope, it doesn't.
Do you think it's definitely much harder for a man to date at this age?
Absolutely.
That's like a damn shame.
It is.
And we need love too, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
They don't care about us though. They don't care about us.
You think you dated somebody who's really into your lifestyle and money? Didn't really want to. They just want to I see he's traveling. He's a hard worker. You know, like I just want to be with him because
tall, dark, handsome. Of course, I get it all the time.
No way.
Of course, all the time.
That's wild.
All the time. That's regular, unfortunately. Yep. Yep.
That sucks because I mean, if they're really, really good at it, they might convince you a little bit that they're into it, that they're into you. That they're into you as a person, not your lifestyle or your money. And then later on, you start figuring out like,
The thing is that
intentions are not cool.
They wouldn't do that because a lot of women, like I said, they don't know how to approach a guy of my caliber. So they kind of stray away from that. They don't want to. They want to get close, but not too close. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, because they know they don't have the qualities on being the wifey type. So they'll rather just be the playful type versus being a wifey type because they know it takes work to do that. You know, it takes work to be a girlfriend. It takes work to be a wife. And a lot of women low-key know that. So they'll rather not manipulate a guy to make him think that she wants to be that versus just, oh, let's go out to eat. Oh, what are you doing? Can I come over? Let's do this. Let's do that versus not, you know, putting that title as far as a girlfriend or a wifey type. I noticed that as well too.
Do you think like what do men secretly complain about, like when it comes to dating, that they're not going to kind of say it out loud?
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure you keep a lot of things inside regarding dating.
Don't say it out loud. Oh, I would say personally, maybe dealing with women that wear fake hair. First that come to mind. I think that would be.
That's wasn't what I was expecting, but that is so you know, like, okay.
I think that's definitely one for sure.
So if you're not expecting that and you get shocked by dating a woman that's wearing fake hair, they might turn around and go, I hate that, bro.
See?
But you can't say it out loud.
There you go. Yep.
I hate when women wear those extensions with the hooks or whatever that hooks up to your hair, or a weave.
The whole
or like you gotta, you know, and in some cultures you gotta get used to it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
The black woman, she looks amazing with her weave. You know, and you don't try to run your fingers through her hair.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, I pay a lot of money for this baby. Don't be trying to pull this shit off my head. And so you got to get used to that.
I know.
And if you're not, and you get shocked by like, oh, I just found out, man, this girl wears, you know, weave or extensions. And they're like, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yep. So that's probably one of the biggest things.
I know a girl that she is very open in wearing wigs, and she wears all colors. I mean, listen, if you don't know that she's wearing a wig, you're an idiot. She's very open with it. So what you get is what you see,
basically,
right?
Yeah.
But these wigs look great on her, bro. Like it really looks good on her. Like she is a wig girl.
Oh wow.
You know, and so, but if you date her and she's got regular black or brunette hair, right? I think it's the same thing. You date her one day, the next day she goes to your date and now she's wearing red hair. You're like, whoa, did you dye your hair? I said, and she's like, no, this is a wig. I said, let me tell you something. I wear wigs. This is what I do. I love to wear wigs. Right? You shocked at this point, like, oh my God, I don't know if I could deal with that. You know? And she's a great girl.
Yeah.
She's a fiance to one of my friends.
Oh, wow.
And some people just would not be used to that.
See, I'm one of them. I can't do it.
I remember a story. My friend, he was dating a black girl, and they went out and they were hanging out, and he was, I think he was Colombian or Peruvian, something. I think he was Peruvian. So he started like kissing with her, and he started putting his hands in her head, like rubbing it, like, and he says, I put my fingers in her head, and all I felt were like these combs, like these clips in her head.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in God's name is this?
Yeah.
He was not expecting that. And he was turned off by that.
See?
Because we wasn't prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know,
So
that's with, with experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to respect how a woman takes care of herself. And if that's what she wants to do, that's what she wants to do.
Do your thing. But like I said, for me, it's not my thing. I'd rather, the natural hair, and that's that.
So, I mean, I know that you've had some issues with dating, and we talked about this one day, and I was just like, I was amazed by it, because I'm like, homeboy's really going to try this.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your wedding band experience.
Oh, wow.
Experiment.
So I did a 2-week trial with it versus going.
But tell me how it all started. How did you figure that out? I think you saw something, right?
Yeah. So I noticed that, a lot of I was attracting a lot of married women versus a lot of single women. Then I noticed a lot of single women want married men, or single women want men with.
That was taken.
That's taken.
You think the challenge is like, oh shit, why I could get him?
At this point, it's different variables. And a lot of women look at that as competition with other women. A lot of
house wreckers.
You get what I'm saying? A lot of women look at men with a wife or a girlfriend as protection or stable, or he wouldn't, say anything to his wife or say anything or do anything to mess his relationship up, but he can still mess with me probably. I don't know. It's just like an enticing feeling for them. They get a thrill of dealing with or trying to mess with a man with a wife or a girlfriend. So about the experiment, I gave myself a 2-week trial, and it was honestly 50-50. Some women, saw it. Some women still, did their thing as far as just approaching me regularly. Some women, I don't know. It was kind of 50-50, I would say.
Okay. So you went online.
Mm-hmm.
You went on Amazon, bought yourself a ring.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. You showed me the ring. I'm like, yo, that's legit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You put it on. What happened after that?
Like I said, I did the 2 weeks.
You went to do a thing. You went to the gym. You were traveling. You were all over you were doing the whole thing.
Farmers market, you name it.
Did you feel different eyes on you?
I did.
No way.
I did. It was weird. It was weird. You even had some women even trying to get close to me just to, really look at the ring too. And you had some.
No way.
Yeah, for sure. It was weird. It was
so
weird.
You could say it kind of actually worked.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, that's why I said 50-50, because it's like it kind of did, it kind of didn't. And I came to the conclusion that the women are going to look regardless. Whether you're taken, whether you're not, it's just that happens more that if you're a married man or a taken man, you're definitely going to get way more looks, for sure. And that's what I had came down to realizing. Single women like married men. I don't know why it's like that, but they like married men.
That is...
It's interesting. It's definitely
very interesting.
Dynamic.
What does the experiment teach you from about the interactions that you had with these women?
That right now, honestly, we're in backwards times. And what I mean by that is, like I said, single women want or like married men, older women like younger men, younger women like want older, men. It's just like we're in like a weird time right now where you got to adjust and adapt. And it's hard for a guy like me that's like, right in the middle, knowing what he wants, and all these extracurriculars things that's happening around me. It's just, I don't know, we're in a weird time.
Yeah.
Weird time.
Wow. I mean, with all these bad experiences you've had, what literally keeps you hopeful about love? Like
seeing healthy relationships. That gets me going, because I'm like, it can't be
You mean other people?
Other people.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Seeing, healthy, I'm not going to say happy, but seeing healthy relationships, because anybody can fake the funk. You may think this couple is happy, but behind closed doors, they're not really happy. You get what I'm saying? So me just seeing healthy relationships, seeing how the husband, whether the boyfriend operates in that relationship, and seeing how the woman, communicates and reciprocates to him. I like seeing stuff like that. It keeps me going.
That's interesting because you do a lot of traveling, so I'm pretty sure a lot of places you go to, there's a lot of couples that go on dates, and you see them. And how does that make you feel? Like, does it hurt a little bit? Like, then I could be out here with somebody that I could really enjoy this time with me.
It don't really necessarily hurt me. It just puts a battery in my back, saying that I can do that too, or I can do it better.
Perfect. I hear that. Yeah, that's the best thing you could do. Because, you're surrounded by people in relationships.
You get what I'm saying? It's
you
like
walk around with a tear drop all the time.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like it just puts a battery in my back.
Wow. Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
What has this dating stuff, like, what has it taught you throughout the years of you dating? Like, what have it taught you? Like, I'm assuming it good, the bad, the ugly. But it's got to be some sort of lesson that you've learned through all your experiences.
The biggest lesson I would say that the whole dating experience taught me was the vetting process. That's important. Because when you block out the aesthetics and the looks of a woman, and you start diving deep to getting to know who she really is as a person, more of her intellect, you'll get turned off by a lot of stuff. But that comes with a lot of experience. A man that's not experienced, he's just going to say, oh, she looks good. She got natural long hair. She got a nice body. Her boobs are sitting up nice. But once you deal with that enough, you can bypass that and try to get into the mental and start understanding a lot of women don't got that mental capacity to deal with a man that's intellectually there,
Yeah. What is something you wish women understood about men your age in your position?
That all men aren't the same. We're maybe in the same.
And I want you to be real about this.
For sure.
Because a lot of women see you moving, but don't know where you're going.
Well, so I would say, look at the fruits that he bear. That's one way that a woman can tell what type of path that the man is on, or what has he done and what he's doing. Look at his fruits. A lot of women don't know how to look at the man fruits. Some fruits to women could be designer, what type of car he drives, if he has jewelries on, but look what he's done and what he's doing. Does he have his own place? How long he's been at a job? Does he have a 401k? Is his car paid off? And important things, how's his character? Is he family oriented? Does he have manners? Does he have respect? Is he healthy? Is he on top of his health, his sexual health? Does he know his status? These type of things women should be paying attention to in order to know if it's a long-term thing, short-term thing. Is he hubby material? Is he boyfriend material? These type of things, how a woman could determine what type of fruits a man has. But a lot of women don't pay attention to things like that. They want to know, is he tall? How many degrees he got? Does he has green eyes? Does he has a 10-inch? What type of car he drives? The unimportant things.
Interesting. That is... Yeah, that is so spot on. Most definitely. So, if you could give women one honest piece of advice, what would it be?
Good question. The best advice I would give women right now would be, take your time to get to understand the man that you're dealing with or the man that you're interested. It's not always about you. You'll be surprised what you'll find out by taking your time to understand the man that you want versus the man that you like. It's a difference. Because the man that you want, you're going to be intrigued on what he got going on, versus the man that you like, you're going to try to impress him versus understanding him. So it's two different dynamics when it comes to that.
Think a lot of women not trying hard enough?
They're not, because a lot of women have the mindset, oh, well, if it's not about me, it's not about anything. A lot of women are selfish when it comes to, dating, one way. Even though love is a two-way street, a lot of women are selfish.
And men are not.
Not really, because we're natural. We want to be providers.
Yeah.
We want to do these things, but we want to do it for the right woman. Well, some men would lose their life for their woman, for their wife. And that's how real it is for some, for some men. Women not doing that for their guy, maybe their kids, but not the man.
That is so true.
You get what I'm saying? So it's different.
So true.
That's why I said men love harder earlier. That comes with the territory.
There are so many men out here that says, I will die for my family.
Mhm.
And that's including my wife and kids.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so hard for women to say that same
She's not
exact
going to say
thing.
that. Say that. That's why I said men love harder.
Damn.
Different playing field. And once a woman understands that, she will love and treat the man that she's dealing with a little different because she knows that he will risk his life for the family. So once a woman truly understands that, she'll love that man different, communicate with him different, just do things a little different because she knows that and she cares. She got a man that will risk his life for the family.
That's fire, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really didn't think about it that way, but yeah, it's true.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I have this, I want to try something with you. This little segment is, let me see, it was, it was going to be red flag or nah.
Okay,
right?
Let's do it.
So I'll throw a few things at you. It's not long.
Okay.
You tell me red flags or not.
Okay.
If you say something, I'm gonna tell you, bro, explain.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's some ways here that I probably it could be a little controversial.
That's okay.
So all right. So this is you're in a relationship with somebody already.
Okay.
Right. So checking a partner's phone.
Red flag.
Red flag. I
Definitely.
agree. Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a not just a 1% reason.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have 100% of a reason to go into somebody's phone.
For sure.
And then you might find something at that point.
Yeah.
You know.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But just because you just want to,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to cause problems. I get it.
Yep.
Splitting the bill on the first date.
On the first date, not a red flag.
Who brings that up anyway? You know, think about it. Like, who brings that up?
People who don't like each other.
On the first date,
On the
right?
first date, yep. People who don't like each other.
That's wild because you think, you know, you don't really like each other on the first date and you're splitting the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably the last date.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hosting thirst traps.
Red flag for sure.
Ooh.
Red flag. Zero tolerance.
Mm. All right. Having an ex as a best friend.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could be friends, but, you know, best friends.
But even a friend, why would you need to be friends with your ex?
I mean, well, it's not like a friend to where, you know, you guys are talking every day, calling every day. It's just as long as you guys didn't end on bad terms, it was closure where it's no beef. It could just be cordial. You don't even have to be friends as long as, you know, it's cordial, but like.
But friends. Like, you know.
Probably nah.
Where you going? Oh, I'm meeting John for brunch.
Oh, yeah, nah, that's slow. Nah, that's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening. Saying I love you in the first month of your dating.
Red flag.
Yeah?
Yeah, red flag.
See, I'm going to have to go against it with you. I'm going to have to do the opposite.
Oh, yeah?
Because I know maybe a first month is too short.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, first month is that's 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
That might just be 4 dates. You never know.
Yeah,
you know, like you're right.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I think a month is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3 months.
That's kind of solid.
Yeah.
That's kind of solid.
I think 3 months.
Yes, 3 months is solid.
In 3 months, if you're really feeling each other, you could do a lot of shit.
Within 3 months, you can.
Spend a lot of time together, get to know each other. Like you could do a lot of things that you get to really know somebody. And you already know, like, man, this is the one.
Yeah, that's basically spending summertime with somebody. Think about it.
Having sex too early.
If it's a red flag or a nah.
Right.
At this, you know, once you become an adult and, you know, it's both consent on both sides, you know.
You said adult?
Adults, yeah.
But I heard a dog.
Oh, no. Adults.
I was like, well, if you're a dog, yeah, sex is it's fine, you know. But
yeah,
if you're an adult, of course.
You know, two consenting adults. I mean, it's no, for me personally, it's nothing such thing as too early or not, because you could have sex on the first night and I could be a lifelong partner.
Or it could backfire.
Or get backfire. So it really depends, you know.
A lot of people go into relationships for physical reasons.
Mm-hmm.
They're very physically attracted to the way the person looks.
Mm-hmm.
They might look at you, you're dark, tall, you're a good-looking guy, you got your shit together. You might be with a woman who has a great body, great look, she's beautiful, she got her shit together, and she might not be all that.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, outside of the physical
That's what I'm saying. The mental capacity might be low.
Yeah. And then you get into it physically, you have this one night stand or whatever with this girl or this guy because of the way he looks, and then later on you find out what a mistake that was.
See?
He's not even all that. You know, his mind is somewhere else. He's not who I thought I was. Physically, he was.
Yeah.
Mentally, he's all over the place, and now he's not, and that ruined it because you could have got to know the guy a little better, and then the physical part would have been just fine.
And it happens on both sides. You got guys who just want to get with women because of the looks, and you got women who just want to get with guys because of the looks. So it's hand in hand.
I know the internet, you know, social media has a big part in dating at this age in our life right now. So if Instagram disappeared tomorrow, what would dating be like? It'd be easier or harder? What do you think?
For women, it'll be harder. For men, it'll be easier.
You think it'll be harder for women?
Definitely. Because now they got to meet men in real life. You get what I'm saying? Men already trying to meet women in real life as far as doing their approaching, shooting their shots. And so if they take social media out, women don't really have any leverage. Because a woman could be in, let's say, New Jersey, she could have a guy from LA wanting her. Now, let's say you take social media out, now she only got people within her vicinity. And, you know, that's what social media do. To pretty much capitalize your options. So now you can have a chick from, like I said, New Jersey getting flown out to Miami easily, flown out to Los Angeles easily, with just opening her messages. That's how easy it is.
A lot of women's going to probably look at you and go, I could get a man regardless, anywhere. I don't need Instagram. I don't need social media. I could just walk up to a guy and say, hi, my name is, you know, Susan, and
that's
I, you know.
True, but the caliber of man, you know what I'm saying? Anybody could get a man or anybody could get a woman, but the caliber of man, you understand. You could get a man, but the man that you want, does he want you?
The right man's going to look at you like,
you get what I'm saying?
Thirsty, girl, chill.
Exactly. So, yeah, of course, attractive woman could get a man, but just because he's a man, is that the man that you want? And the man that you want, does he want you?
A lot of men that I know do not like this type of aggressive type of women.
Masculine, no. No, at all.
Just keep it keep it at the right, you know, speed. You know, just relax, chill. There's no need to be so aggressive. And that goes vice versa. I'm pretty sure women don't like men who are just like, you know, 100 miles an hour. Just relax,
for sure. Toxic masculinity.
And if your future wife was watching right now, which she probably is, you never know, what would you want her to know about you, you know, or dating you? Like what, you know, like she's watching you and she's like, this is the type of guy I love. I would love to be with a guy like this. And then maybe she just, the type of woman that you like. I mean, she probably heard everything you had to say today. And she's like, that's me. He's describing me. Like, what would you want her to know about you at this point, like before you start dating?
Honestly, she's going to get the full package. You know, the full package. I'm not perfect, but as far as like ready-wise, you're going to get the full package. You know,
it can be worth the try.
Absolutely.
I hear you.
Absolutely.
And that's all it really is.
Really, that's it.
It's worth the try. You know. But you have to be compatible.
You have to. You know, and you have to be prepared for a caliber man like me. Because I'm not the same as the average guy who just talks the talk. You know, my action is going to back it up too.
So who are you 2 years into a relationship?
Well, hopefully.
Now you're not hunting anymore. Now Hunter's put away his rifle. He is good. He's got his soulmate. He's loving his life. Who are you now when you just like retired that whole lifestyle and now you chill? Like, who are you at that point?
Within 2 years of the relationship?
2 3 years.
Well, it depends, you know, who my partner is. You know, hopefully within that 2-year time span, we have grown over time. We have grown towards something, whether it's starting a business, traveling X amount of cities, you know, just growing as partners versus I'm just growing and she's not growing, or she's growing and I'm not growing. You know, growing towards something, even if it's opening an offshore bank account overseas somewhere and, you know, putting our money into a savings account, letting that bad boy grow over time. You know, just utilizing our time wisely within that 2-year, you know, time span.
So you don't want to grow within that person. You want to grow a family. You want to grow almost an empire. You want to grow financially.
Yes.
You want to grow and explore with this person. And if that person wants to open up a business, you want to be supportive. If you guys want to open up a business together, let's do it.
There you go.
You know, so you want to inspire this person and let that also person inspire you.
Yes.
To do the same.
Within that 2 year out, that's perfect. You know,
that's awesome.
You could do a lot within that time span.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a boring relationship with you
at all. and some people have that. You know, boring can be good for people. Sometimes the boring relationships are the ones that last a long time. Some couples that have been together for 30, 40 years, they'll tell you, yeah, we had our fun, but, you know, it's going to get boring sometimes. It's not going to be, you know, lights and glamour all the time. Relationships is going to be boring. And I understand that aspect. But unfortunately, a lot of women don't understand that. They think, oh, it's just going to be fancy dinner dates all the time, materialistic things. Like, yeah, that's going to come with the territory. But for the most part, relationships can be born and will be born if you want it to last a long time.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. You have to choose one. All right. If you had to choose one right now, one amazing woman or traveling the world single, which one wins? And explain your answer.
One amazing woman.
One amazing woman.
Why? Because I can travel the world with her.
True.
And if she's that amazing, we could do a lot of amazing things together.
Yeah, man. I think that's the right answer. 100%. I mean, after everything you've been through, what does a woman have to do to make you say, I'm done searching? Like, how hard is it? Because, I mean, women would listen to you and say, well, this guy is, you know, he's got a lot of stuff on his paper, on his checklist. Like, I'm not ever going to, you know, make him happy.
So good thing you said that, because the stuff that's on my checklist, it's not really asking for a lot. It's just that what I ask for holds weight. And a lot of women knows that it holds weight. You're not going to just come to the table with, you know, your old baggage thinking I'm going to unpack it for you. You know, and like two of my simple things is like come healed and know how to communicate. Those two things, you would think it's so simple, but it's really not simple for a lot of people. It's really not.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you had to talk to your younger self, what would you warn him about? What would you warn him about?
As far as what? Dating, life, money, what?
I mean, your younger self, let's say you give yourself, let's say 16, 17, 18, in that age range.
What would I tell my younger self? I would tell my younger self to take financial literacy a little bit more serious. Definitely. I think that would be it. Take financial literacy serious.
You started a little later in your life to be more concentrated on your finances and to investing and all that?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. If I would have started between 16 and 20, I would have been set by now.
So that's what you probably, your best advice to those in those late teenage years who are, you know, working, have some, don't live your moment, but know that one moment that you're living in don't last forever.
It don't.
That each moment happens and disappears, and eventually you're going to be so up ahead in life that you're going to hope that you have invested, put away some money, did something good with some, not even a lot of money, right? I'm not talking about thousands of dollars. You could literally invest some money, $10, $20, and let it mature into something throughout your life. And just if you let it sit, a lot of people that age don't do that.
And I know why.
Don't do that.
I know why they don't do that. Why they don't do it? Because they don't have the knowledge. Before you get the money, you need the knowledge first. Money is a tool. Once you know how to operate those tools, the money will work for you. And that's one thing that I learned late. I just always had money, played around with money, but I never knew how it worked and how can it benefit me in the long run. And once you start diving deep and seeing how money works and how it could work for you in the long run, it'll change your outlook on a lot of things. Simple as knowing things like a Roth IRA versus a traditional IRA. Things like that. You know, the average person doesn't know the difference. Right. Pre-tax versus after-tax. Things like that. understanding on how to buy securities within those Roth IRA versus just having money sitting in your contributions versus your earnings. Different playing fields, and that's all comes from financial literacy, knowing what you're dealing with, versus just having a 401k, which is a retirement fund. People just think, oh, the money just sits there. No, that money is working for you in a market fund. Things like that is important to know about how your money can work for you, and passive income.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And don't be afraid to work a little harder.
Oh, you can't be afraid. Compound interest.
There you go.
That's all that's about. Mm-hmm.
That's fire. That's some really fire advice, man. That's for sure. I mean, like I said, a lot of people, a lot of young adults just don't know or don't think that they should take the money they're making and invest it.
Yes.
They want to spend it right away. Sneakers, games, bikes, cars, whatever it is. It's cool to have all that. But you know what? Take some of that. Just take a little bit of that and go, you know what? I'm going to have fun, but I got to take a little bit of this and kind of invest it because I am not going to be young all my life. Ain't going to be no income coming in like it is now. I got to be prepared, And the truth is, you got to retire with $1 million minimum.
Yeah.
Because life is just getting worse.
It is. The
older you get, the more you realize that you need more money. And there's certain parts of America that you cannot retire. It won't let you retire because you don't have enough money that you've put aside. Just if it's just 401k or Social Security or SSI, whatever it is, you're not going to have enough money.
Nope.
And so you have to start thinking about how much money do you really need to just, when you stop working and stop having that regular weekly income coming in, how are you going to survive?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. It's so important. It's true. A lot of kids don't get that. School do not teach that.
They don't. They really don't.
They need to have just a class alone from high school. As soon as as a freshman, finance, that's the class.
They have finance classes, but they don't teach stuff like that.
I'm talking about what we talk about right now. What is this? What is that? Take this out. How this is going to mature?
Nope.
This is going to grow this. If you sit here for 10 years, this is what you're going to get. And it's like, word? And then and have that kid start thinking that way.
Implementing that.
Definitely. It's missing in the school system. And
in the public school system.
And big ups to those who are doing it, for sure. Because I think our youth needs to know what to do with their money and not wait till they're stuck. Like, I got to retire in 10 years. Do I have enough money? Shit, I'm fucked.
See?
What am I going to do? So, what are you most likely to do now? Are you more likely to go find a wife or book another trip somewhere?
Most likely book another trip. At this point.
Oh, that's funny, man. No, Brad. Yo, bro, I'll be honest with you, man. On here on Mr. Will's Chatter, man. We keeps it real. You sure did that, bro, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming through, my brother, and keeping it real. I appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
Anybody watching right now, this is Real Talk. I'm going to leave his information there so you guys, in case you guys want to get some of that natural moss, you could get it strictly from him. Make sure I put that up there. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for keeping it real. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And see you guys next time. Appreciate you guys listening. I see you next time. Peace.